Yes. Yes.
Come on.
Frustrated.
Yes.
You should turn that frustration into fascination.
Why?
Let's talk about that.
Oh.
I got it.
Hello and welcome to our next episode of Unmissed Connections. I'm Chris.
Randy.
And today we're going to be talking about frustrations. What do you do when you get mad? How do you get over it? It's crippling and it's paralyzing at times when you just get so angry. What do you do?
In sales, in business,
in
right? In your career, in general. Little known fact, here at Time Trade, we actually operating on a quarterly basis, right? Which is pretty common.
Yep.
But it's interesting, before I came to Time Trade, for 240 months in a row, I was on a 30-day quota cycle. So we weren't quarterly, it was month to month. It just happened to be that way at the companies I worked at. And for 240 months, every single 30 days, my quota was set, or my team's quota was set, right? So can you imagine?
That's a lot.
You don't have time to get frustrated, right? Because if you get frustrated and you carry that frustration with you for a few days, a week, that's a quarter of your,
you're done.
Yeah, you're done, right? So someone shared something with me a long time ago. It was a concept called turn your frustration into fascination, right? So think about that. Instead of being frustrated, why didn't I hit my number? Why can't I, close as many deals or convert as many ops? Or why is my conversion rate lower? Or why is nobody picking up the phone or replying to my emails? I'm just getting frustrated. Instead, just shift a little bit and get fascinated with that.
Yeah.
And think about the difference, right? I wonder why no one's opening up my emails, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is my open rate so low? And then you'll start uncovering things like, is it the subject line?
Yeah.
Right? Was the email too long? Was it too short? Did you add no value? What's the reason they're not replying, right?
Yeah.
I think the point is, no matter what you do or how long your sales cycle is, getting frustrated happens to all of us. The question is, how quickly can you sit back and try to figure out why you're in that situation? Because another thing I learned in sales is that anytime you see something happening consistently over and over again, like you're always losing deals at the 1 yard line, or they never get off the ground in the first place, or nobody ever calls you back, or whatever, anything consistent that you see that happens over and over and over again, there's probably something you are doing to cause that consistency. Right? Yeah. There's something you're doing or not doing, saying or not saying, that's causing you to get the same exact results. And then you get into the definition of insanity and doing the same thing over and over again and expecting, right? All that sort of stuff. So I think you got to get fascinated. You got to dig in. You got to dig down deep and uncover why it's going that way.
See, I feel like marketers are actually enabled to think that way a lot more easily than a lot of salespeople are.
Sure.
In marketing, we have tools to do A/B testing. We usually run ads across multiple platforms with different ad messages, different sizes. We're constantly always releasing something to catch somebody in multiple different formats, and we're always gauging which one's performing better. I feel like when you're the individual sales rep, you're pedal to the metal the entire time. You're just trying to talk to as many people as possible. You don't have time to look back and see what isn't working. And I feel like a lot of folks feel like they don't have the opportunity to go back and see, what should I be focusing on? Why did this message fail? Should I be going with this message?
Listen, every good sports player watches tape, right? Like you got to dig in and figure out what you did or what you didn't do. I think, I forget the rule in the book, but we have a rule called lie, cheat, and steal. And that kind of sounds bad, right?
Yeah.
But the lie is sometimes you just got to lie to yourself and say, it's all going to be okay. I'm going to make it through. I am going to hit my number. I am going to get that deal. Even when all signs point to no, you got to kind of lie to yourself to get out of bed that day and put on the attitude, right?
What is it? Live through your slump?
Outlast your slump, right?
In the last episode.
But the lie, cheat, and the steal, the cheat is like, for anyone that was a cheater back in high school or whatever, you don't cheat off the person getting the apps, right? Who do you cheat off of?
Well, the person getting the apps.
Yeah, the closest person. I think for me it was the sole of my shoe inside of my wrist. No, you would cheat off someone who gets the A's, right? So in a career, in a sales career, you got to look around and you got to say, what is the person that's just going to President's Club, crushing the number, getting the bonus check? What are they doing that I'm not doing? And then the steal, you got to steal whatever they're saying, right? What are they doing? What time do they show up? What time do they leave? Yeah. How many calls did they make a day? What did they say? How did they overturn that objection? How did they position the value of their product or service? You literally have to look around and dig in. And again, you got to get fascinated. Get fascinated with why they're getting such better or more results than you are. And then you'll find it quickly when you take that approach. You'll uncover it and unearth the reason. And usually it's something you're doing. Like for you, at the beginning of this video, do you know why I kicked your butt?
I just thought you were better than me.
No, I'm not better than you. I unplugged you at the beginning of the round.
Dude,
get
that
fascinated.
is not fair.
Get fascinated.
Now
Investigate.
I'm even more mad.
Yeah, investigate. Thanks.
I'm fascinated that I'm not going to put my shoe through your face.